Walt Disney Q3 2023 earnings. What to expect? This is happening today. Has the Walt Disney magic disappeared for good? The stock is down some 25% over the past 5 years, while the S&P 500 ideas has risen 60% during that span. And when factoring the declines of 18% and 26% in respective 1 year and 3 years, Disney has been a colossal underperformer in many portfolios. So there's a lot of anticipation as to what we're going to get from here.
The problem with some of these earning calls is that they will come out and they just say, we're looking good in the next few years here. We're looking good for the next few years there. We're going to make some changes here. And then they take some phone calls. They screen these calls where they're like, hey, Bob, thanks for taking my call. Any chance we're going to have a new popcorn in the parks? And he's like, yeah, we're working on stuff like that now. And so I don't know what they're going to say, but basically like the past few earnings calls have been Disney Plus has been a disaster. They've lost billions. If anything with the parks, if they talk about the attendance in the parks, Bob Iger has come out and said that the reason why people aren't going to Disney is because it's hot in Florida. That's why the park attendance has been low. But I do know that over the summer, they offered such a discounted ticket that it could spike their numbers, I guess, and they could use that as a spin. But I don't know if it'll help the profits, them being so low. But right now, like a couple news outlets, they just released articles talking about the Apple purchase of Disney.
It's been a rumor for a long time, man. I don't know if that'll happen. I mean, it's obviously very possible, and Apple's one of the few companies that can't actually buy Disney.
Yeah, have you seen this? They released this graph in one of the articles about like what these corporations have, like as far as assets. Look at Apple, man. 2.8 trillion. Then Amazon's right behind. Then there's Netflix, right? Then you have Comcast, that's Universal, Comcast, 187. Then there's Disney is 158. So imagine 2.8 trillion to buy 158 billion.
That is crazy.
It's like, yeah, just charge it on our credit card. We can get Disney. Then you got Warner Brothers at 35, Fox and Paramount at 11 billion. I mean, when you look at 11 billion, holy crap, that's a lot of money. But compared to 2.8 trillion,
that's insane.
Apple, like there's a lot of money to spend there.
That is wild.
If anything, in this article here, they were talking about that Bob Iger has come out and said that maybe we don't need ABC anymore. Maybe we don't need some of these other news stations and television stations and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he looked to sell some of those things off as well.
Well, I would have to imagine like Disney in the place that they're in, they're clearly not in a great place and one of the worst places they've been in a long time. If Apple were ever going to buy them, it would probably be now because they would get them at a better price than they could at any other given time.
All the articles have all came out and said the same thing, is that this is funny. They said that if Apple wanted to buy Disney, the Democratic Party would stop it, but Disney might wait for a Republican administration because they would probably allow it. Figure that one out.
That's wild.
That's crazy. The thing is like the board of directors and stuff, even though Disney's on the Titanic right now, they will not let it sink. They will sell it off to make millions of dollars for their own pockets before that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty crazy. It'd be interesting to see.